going down fast, the sun is nearly going down, you have perfect light. Can hardly describe how much fun it is for me. A big part is failing, because no matter how long you do it, sometimes it will just slow you down. If you're world champion or not, you have to accept it and try again. In the beginning, it's a really difficult sport because it's impossible. My name is Lutz Eicholz, I'm 29 years old and I'm a mountain unicyclist. It's a unique sport. It's different from most of the other sports because it combines elements from other sports like mountain biking, but also from slacklining, for example, it has the balance. And then also there's a lot of hiking because I have to go up the mountain. So it's a mountain sport, simple, just one wheel, and yeah, lots of fun for me. It's my life. I grew up in Germany, in the Ruhrgebiet. It's a really urban area. You're never alone. There are always people around you. Because I grew up in such a populated area, now I like it more to be on my own for sometimes and just see the nature. Innsbruck is perfect because you have city, 100,000 people, so it's quite big. And then you have these big mountains around, so you can choose. You can have a beer in a bar in the evening, and in the morning you hike up a mountain and have a beautiful sunrise at 2,500 meters. I was 9 when I started unicycling, only because my sister got injured in our garden. She tried to unicycle, fall down and got some injury with her foot. So my parents said, okay, she has to go in a unicycle club. My parents just said, yeah, it's easier if the kids do the same sport. Why not? Let's try unicycling. And in the beginning, yeah, it was okay, but it was not that the best sport ever. Only after a few months, it got me that I really liked the riding on just one wheel. So this is the place where I stay when I'm in Innsbruck. I don't have my own room, I just sleep on the couch, which is free. There are 5 people living here. So that's perfect for me because I have nearly like a second home just there and I can go, and that's really cool. It took me long until I got the idea to unicycle in the mountains because in Europe there was nobody doing it, but then luckily I saw some videos of Canadian guy Chris Holm, and when I saw this video I thought immediately, wow, that's so cool, much better than riding in a gym. Biggest achievement, I think it was the descent from the 5,600 meter mountain Damavan in Iran. The point of this project was it to unicycle down the highest mountain ever unicyclist, 5,600 meters, so the air was really thin, really hard to unicycle in such heights, especially because I'm not coming from a mountain background. It was crazy projects in a crazy country, big mountain, lots of problems. And it was so exhausting, but really great project. And in the end, it all worked out more or less perfect. So I was really happy. Yeah, this is still my biggest achievement. Unicycle is a really simple sport equipment. Of course, it only has one wheel. There's not so much you have to maintain, but still, I always look that it's perfect and sharp. We have many disciplines. I like the most downhill, so go down a mountain as fast as possible. But then there's also something like figure skating, where you perform tricks in front of a jury. And then you have street, like BMX or skateboarding, and basically Olympics on one wheel. Sometimes, for example, on the brake, I have to trust nearly my life on it. If I ride next to a cliff and the brake would fail, I would get in big trouble, so I always see that everything is all right. It's not a popular sport for sure, but it's growing. Since I'm doing it every year, every World Championships, there are more people, more countries. I think in Germany, 10,000 unicyclists are going to competitions. Everything on the unicycle is as light, but also strong as possible, which sometimes has to be a compromise. Some parts break, but still it's okay because I don't want to carry a 10-kilo unicycle up a mountain. So you always have to find a compromise between strong enough but also light enough. When I go into the mountains, first I check on a map which tour I want to go, try to think about how long it will take, how much food I will need, how much water will I need, do I need something to sleep somewhere on the mountain, or will I reach the valley before it's dark? And then I have to check the weather forecast. When I was on the highest mountain I ever been, it was on the summit, minus 12 degrees, and down it was plus 35 degrees, so huge temperature change, and so you have to be prepared. That's the stuff I need to go up in the mountains. Right now still really cloudy, but I hope it will be better. I mean, I have some records, for example, the longest slackline ever unicycle, and I like it because it was a big challenge. I had to practice a lot. But for me, it's not so much about the record, it's just about doing something where I'm not sure if it works or not. And usually this is something nobody has ever done before, because otherwise you know already that at least one guy did it, so it must be possible. 2 times I fall down so hard on my head that I was unconscious. So this was pretty strange. Nothing serious happened, but just strange if you lie down and wake up and people are around you and you don't remember what happened. And I broke my feet and stuff like this. Nothing really serious, but still bad injuries. Innsbruck is my place in the Alps. In summer, in the 3 months where there's not much snow here, I go as often as possible, and so this is like my second home. I think it's nearly the only city in Europe which is big, but still exactly in the mountains. So you can go from the city up to 2,500 meters within minutes and do your sport, no matter if it's climbing, mountain biking or unicycling. And it's really special place for me. I really like it to be here. If you go in the mountains alone, on the one hand, it's more dangerous because even if just something really small happened, you can have a big problem if you cannot move. You have to get rescued and you cannot go everywhere by helicopter, and maybe you have no service, you're on a cell phone, so you have a really big problem. And on the other hand, it's much more fun if you can enjoy these nice moments with good friends. Nearly my oldest friends are living everywhere in the world. I ride a lot with Danish unicyclists, and I think that's really great that I can have friends who live so many kilometers away, but I phone to them maybe once a month, and then a few times a year we visit somewhere in a nice country and have fun together. And I learn a lot from these different cultures, and it's really important for me. I'm creative, I never give up. If something doesn't work, I try again. I mean, if it's realistic, because I'm an engineer, so I plan stuff before I do it. If I think it's possible, then I try maybe for a few years until I land this trick or can write down this section. I think unicycling influenced me in the way I'm living and the way I think a lot, because I managed it when I was really young to do something which was impossible for me, and that was a great lesson. Every obstacle which life puts in my way, no matter how hard it is, I can do it. It's not possible to control the nature. It's always stronger than you. But on the other hand, I think there's also always a chance to do something, not to get injured too much or to get out there. Just before I go down a mountain, I try to calculate which risk can happen. Is my head free enough to focus just on the sport? But once I start, I try not to think on anything than pedaling, staying on the bike, not falling. Today I will do some trail riding on a really nice trail in the forest, some action riding, a little bit more down the mountain. In my mind, I think it's a really deep state of mind. Even I'm not so fast on the unicycle, there are so many things I have to cope with, so I'm really, really focused. I don't think on anything else, and this is also a really nice feeling because I don't have it much in normal life. In my head, I need a little bit fear to be focused and not to do a stupid thing, write something down which I'm not sure if I can do it or not, right next to a cliff which it's just too much, too narrow or something like this. So I have a little bit of fear, but I also think that's important. A Unicycling taught me how to be successful in something. Because in school I was not really good, but in unicycling I was always really good, so I knew I can be good in something, and I think over the time this helped me in other stuff to be good too. I always have some crazy projects in my mind, but it's usually a really long process. First I have the idea, then I need some time to think if it's realistic, then I have to start training. It's really hard to say what future brings in these projects, but I have some ideas. Yeah, I'm really looking forward for the next years to see what else is possible with just one wheel, and yeah, I hope I can do some much more crazy stuff than I've done before. Yeah, I mean, for sure I want to climb higher mountains because I did it once in Iran and it was suffering a lot, but also a great experience. And I also think next time I can do it with less suffering and be more relaxed on top of the mountain and not with headache and yeah, really exhausted. And there are also some other nice places where I want to go, and yeah, this is what I want to do in the future. Right now, I'm definitely thinking I'm living my dream. I turned my hobby into a job, and it's still my hobby, so it's still lots of fun, and yeah, I get paid to travel to crazy places, so what else can I wish for?